Alright, hey, welcome back guys. We're gonna move on to part 2 for the behind the scenes of the Re-Evolve intro. Let me see, make sure my Vegas is open. Alright, cool. Okay, so, where we left off is we have our basic animation, and we have some camera movements to go with it. But it's still very lacking, very plain, I guess. So the first thing I want to talk about is color schemes. We definitely want to have a color scheme. I'm just a fan of it. This just looks really generic to me. So I went ahead and used After Effects' change to color tool to actually make his cloak white and change everything else to teal blue color. And I went ahead and changed the font too. Changed some of the words to the same color. So now it all matches. I also got kind of sick of the bars, maybe because I've seen them so many times, so I turned them into cuts, especially since he has this big knife thing coming out of him. The cool thing about this is that these are on a subtract mode, so anything behind them turns black. If I move it around, the words are always going to change to black, so you could put it like anywhere. So then the next thing I did was I copied all these layers to our original source. And the cool thing about After Effects is that it updates the compositions automatically. All the camera movements have already been added to it. It's a great way to save time. Alright, so now we have our new composition without having to make any major changes. All we had to do is copy the layers and everything's already updated for us. Let's see if we can spice this up a little bit. Right now everything's just like straight and kind of boring. So let's go to our second picture. And maybe we can rotate this, scale it up a little bit. Make sure you hit that vector button to preserve the quality. And let's just show his face for randomness. So we're flying in, we get a zoom in of his face, and we fly back out. And then for the last frame, since our null object we created earlier is, like I said, a steering wheel of a car, let's just zoom in for dramatic effect. So now we have fly in, fly into the front, fly out. Okay, so here's like a very important tip. It's like one of the things I do for every video I make. Maybe I should stop. It's up to you guys. But all this white background looks really boring to me, and we really want to add some shadows and some depth to this. So if we create a new solid, double click the ellipse tool, invert the mask, we get this iris effect. Even now though it looks kind of cheesy. So let's go to the mask, feather it to like 500, and then expand it a little bit just so it's on the outer edges of the video. We don't want to overdo it, but this looks just about right. Last thing I'm going to teach you guys is about the adjustment layer. And the adjustment layer is like one of the greatest things you can ever work with. It'll save you so much time. And basically whatever you do to the adjustment layer happens to the whole video. It's like instead of making each layer shake, I could just add one adjustment layer, make it shake, and everything's going to shake. So it'll save me a ton of time. I made an adjustment layer here. I'm not going to tell you what kind of effects I applied to it. But yeah, so now we have our inverted colors effect along with some shakiness. And there we go. Very nice composition if you ask me. You want to go ahead and render that out, and then you want to go into Vegas. Go ahead and put that over some awesome techno or dubstep music, render that out, and then there you go. So good luck and have fun with it.